Hi, Sailor Earth Ernest here, and today I'm talking about being Sailor Earth. Being Sailor Earth does come with a standard, and I most likely might not meet everyone's standard. Now, if you go look up Sailor Earth on Euro, you are going to see many Sailor Earths, and a lot of them are going to be, you know, a lot of them are going to be women. A lot of folks are going to want to follow Naiko Takiguchi's oversight, even if it's a true oversight or not. And how I ended up breaking that oversight. Well, I wasn't the first one to break it. So when I came along in 2008 YL was when I first started out as Sailor Earth. And a lot of folks out there were not truly open-minded about, a lot of folks were open-minded about me being Sailor Earth. A lot of folks that I talked to, thought that it would be cool to have a Sailor Earth, and a lot of folks thought that a man can be a sailor fighter or a sailor, a sailor keeper too. Now, that doesn't mean to say that there were not folks out there, that I will not bring up their names, that were against it, and someone out there a long time ago was against it, thought that it was a slight on Naiko Takiguchi for me being Sailor Earth when it never was. Now, beyond that, everyone was, truly understanding of me being Sailor Earth. No one really, there weren't really too many folks out there that really cared all that much about the oversight that some folks say that Naiko Takiguchi came up with, back or whatever. And if there were other folks that, were believing in it, I never, and if any other folks, that were against me being Sailor Earth, well, I never was aware of them. Now, being Sailor Earth means that you have all the strength of the earth. Well, that your strikes can be that of the earth. And yes, it's true that a lot of my strikes that I do all seem to be either weather catastrophes or something like that. And even though I haven't worked them all the time, trust me, I have them. Now, someone out there will say, oh, well, what about Darien? Or King and, Aldeling and Demian, or Aldeling Darien, or whatever you want to call him. They say, isn't he the Aldeling of the earth? Yes, he is the Aldeling of the earth. And I also am the Aldeling of the earth too. So yes, there's two. And I do also want to say that Robot Chicken or Toll Chicken, when it was going on, did make a skit once about, about the Sailor Fighters meeting Sailor Earth. Now, they were in some food hall somewhere, eating hall somewhere, in some shop, I guess. They didn't give the name. When a fiend takes over someone, and everyone runs out and they shapeshift, and someone then shapeshifts and becomes Sailor Earth. And they made Sailor Mercury or Sailor Quicksilver be the one against it to say, how can you be Sailor Earth? And he goes, well, let me show you. And then starts saying, and then, says some kind-hating things. And she goes, you can't say that. And he goes, there's kind-hating it's not a thing anymore. And then they say, what kind of strikes do you have? And he's like, well, why are you big? He goes, I am overweight like some folks in this world are. And then he drinks something and says, he's like drunk choosing, and just gets lucky and then shoots the thing that sends all the shit everywhere. And they're like, well, the eating hall is going to be like, can't be in it for like a week or so. And he goes, well, he goes, I beat the owner, so that makes me the owner of all this. And he goes, you ever heard that oversight? Never, never shit where you sleep or something. He goes, that's not the oversight. He goes, well, tell that to the sea next time we have a ooze spill happens. Now, Sailor Moon goes, oh, he makes me feel guilty for being a living being. And then later on, he goes, well, that's what I call. And then she later on shifts it and says, can she get in on the ownership? Now, yeah. So even they were aware of that. So even that was a thing. Now, unlike all the other Sailor Earths out there on Euro whatever, UWay or whatever, going to all, the only thing that makes me unlike is that I'm a man and they're all women. And yes, I do comes with the standard, of being Sailor Earth and everything. So give this film a like, share and playlist it, and I'll see you later.